Last night our Whirlpool microwave just stopped working. My son went to cook something and he opened it and said, "Dad, the microwave's not working." And so I looked and found that the breaker had tripped, and I don't know why. So I looked up here where it's plugged in, and those little lights for the surge protector were not lit up. They were dark, which meant there was no power getting to the outlet. So I went downstairs and checked the breaker, and the breaker had tripped that feeds the microwave. And I turned the breaker back on, and these lights came back on. But then I came down here, and the microwave has no power. You can't get anything to work. It's just like a dead brick. The microwave bricked, meaning it didn't get any power back to it. It wasn't working at all. You couldn't push any button to get it to do anything. There's no power in the microwave. There's no light that turns on. Everything's pretty much dead. And so I was watching a video, and someone suggested that you should just replace the fuse inside the microwave, which I'm going to try, and I'll film and show you the process. I did try unplugging the microwave and plugging it back in to make sure that wasn't just needing to be reset or something, but that didn't do anything. So I plugged it in, bypassing the surge protector, just to make sure there's no faulty surge protector. Again, there's no problem there. I like to use surge protectors on my microwaves because modern microwaves have a lot of electronic parts that can get fried in a power surge, so I like to use a surge protector. But to work on this, I'm going to unplug it, and then you come up top and you remove that screw and remove that screw, and then you take this front cover off once the door is open here. So I'll get working on this and show you the process, and we'll see if it fixes the problem. So again, no power in the microwave, the light's not on, nothing's working, and we'll see if we can get this fixed by replacing the fuse. So this is the model of Whirlpool microwave that we have. It's model WMH53520CS-5, but I think this would work for more than just this model. There might be a fuse. Just knowing that there's a fuse in microwaves is a huge step to not just buying a new microwave if it turns off like this, to save you a lot of money and time. So right here you can see someone has already replaced this screw because there's some damage on that plastic part right there. I didn't do that. That was already like this. So we bought this house about 1.5 years ago, and so someone may have already replaced the fuse or taken this front piece off for some reason. So we're going to take it off and get that fuse switched out and see if that fixes the problem. It looks like there's a third screw right in there that's holding it in because it doesn't want to come out just with that. Oh, maybe it is. Oh good, you just have to pull up. We got that cover off. Now the fuse should be in that spot up there. So pull this cover out, and then we'll get access to the fuse in there. So there's a screw right here that needs to be removed, like a long skinny screwdriver or a long extension bit on your cordless drill to unscrew that screw. And then there's another screw right there. This one doesn't look like it needs to be removed. It holds the front part of the computer screen on. So only that one and that one should be adequate to take out this cover for the fuse box area. So get that out, and then we'll take off this metal cover and hopefully get access to where the fuse is supposed to be to fix the fuse. Okay, so now you get those two screws out right there and over there. You can pull this back, just pull it, and it comes out like so. The trick though is that the fuse is way in the back. In this model of microwave, it's way back there, so I'm gonna have to get a long set of pliers or something to get it. In the video I watched, this other guy, their fuse was right on the side right here, which was convenient. I don't know why they didn't design mine in that way where they could put the fuse close, so I'm gonna have to reach way back there to get access to the fuse, the fuse is right there. That's the fuse. So reach back there and take that out and see if replacing it helps fix the problem. The reason I'm not getting access from the front of the microwave is taking the microwave out of the cabinet is a pain. It's a lot of work and it's not easy, so this I think will still be easier to get access from here, even though I have to reach way back there. So I see I have the microwave unplugged and the fuse is way back in there. And I might be able to reach it by hand. In fact, yeah, I think I can. It's just a long reach to get back there. Yep, I got it. Yep, you can stick your hand in there and pull the fuse out, or you can have the helper could reach it too, probably.
Where is the fuse?
It's right here in my hand.
Oh.
I pulled it out. That's the fuse. Let's see if getting a new one fixes it.
No.
So we picked up some fuses from Home Depot. Just these Eaton microwave fuse. And it's the 20 amp. Looks exactly like the one we pulled out of the microwave. I don't know if they maybe have replaced this fuse before. This could be a replacement fuse that's in there now, but we'll throw in a new fuse and see if it fixes the problem here. And hopefully that will get our microwave going again. So if it fixes it, then that's an easy fix. It's not hard to replace the fuse at all, so we'll see if it does the trick. These fuses were only about $5 for the two fuses, so about $2.50 each. And they were available at Home Depot and in stock, and it's easy to do, so why not save yourself from having to buy a new microwave? It's not necessarily a dead microwave, it's just maybe needs a new fuse. So that's certainly better to fix it than buying a whole new microwave and going through the hassle of getting it replaced. So you save yourself some money and time and just replace the fuse. You can see in there I've got the fuse where it needs to be replaced. You can see right back in there, that's where the fuse goes. I've got the replacement fuses here. I'm gonna put one of them back in my microwave. It's clear in the back, but I could reach back there with my hand and stick it in. So I put some gloves on. I know it's true with some forms of light bulbs. I don't know if it's true with fuses. I just didn't want to get oils from my hand onto the fuse. I'm gonna wear some gloves. And I've got the microwave unplugged, so we'll reach in there and plug in a new fuse. You can see the fuse goes way back in there. I'm gonna reach back in there and put the fuse in where it belongs. Probably can't see very well. I'll hold the camera right here and see if I can. Maybe not. Okay, I can see. It's hard to show it, but anyway, it's back in there. It's way in the back. You just gotta push it in. Clipped in place now. So you can see back there. I'll zoom in a little bit. You can see that's the new fuse, that little white fuse right there. And now we'll plug it in and see if we get power in the microwave. So plug our microwave back in, and it worked. So really, if you have a microwave that just totally dies and has no power whatsoever, check and see if your microwave has a fuse. It's really not that hard to replace. Just removing the front panel, reaching in there and putting the fuse in there where it goes, which right back there where the fuse goes. So it's really easy to replace that fuse and it fixed the problem. So I'm going to pull the light out and put the cover back on. Which was a little tricky to do. Oh, sorry, not holding the camera and doing this at the same time is not easy. It's not a good spot for a tripod here either. But now I got this cover back in place. I got these screws. One that goes there, and one that goes up there next to the other screw. So you just screw that back in place, and then you got the big plastic piece that screws back in here, pretty easy. That screw put back in there, and the other screw put back in there, so this metal grate is back in where it needs to be. Now we've got a spare fuse I'm going to keep up here above the microwave so that if we ever have it die again, I'll have another fuse to replace, so it's easy to do. So that's good to know that if you have a microwave that dies, just see if it has a fuse. This one happens to be a Whirlpool, and our model number there is WMH53520CS-5 with the Whirlpool microwave. But just the knowledge of knowing that there's a fuse in a microwave is good to know that if it completely dies on you, that could be the problem, is just replace the fuse. All right, we got another screw to put in right here. Get it started, and then put in all the way with just gently with the cordless drill. You don't want to over tighten these things as you can break it. Okay, that's good. Doesn't have to be very tight, just holding this lightweight piece of plastic in place. And there's another screw that's supposed to go right there, but mine has a piece of broken plastic I could glue in place later, but there's where the second screw goes, is right over here. So there's two screws that hold this plastic piece up front here. You just got to remove that, and then in my case remove the other metal piece, and then get access to where the fuse is. So try replacing the fuse if your microwave dies. It's easy to fix. Thanks for watching.